All right, this is Deanna Marie, and welcome back here to the Clusie. And today we're going to be talking about a really good love story in the Bible. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so today the
The
Bible
Bible
verse of the
verse of the
day is
day
going
is
to
going
be
to be Ruth
Ruth
3.
3, verse 5. Okay, so make sure you guys, I always say the same thing, open up them Bibles, get in the Word, let God talk to you about what He wants to talk to you specifically about. But I feel like that is a verse. I don't want to necessarily say what it is because I want you guys to read it, but it's a verse that he's trying, that he wants you to read and listen to him because he has some specific things that he wants you to do, okay? So moving on. All right, so we're just going to go over the whole book of Ruth, kind of. I'm going to sum it up, okay? So this is a love story in the Bible, but for me, it's not a very typical love story because Ruth is, she's a widow. You know, she moves back, she leaves her hometown, she leaves her family, she goes and she's taking care of her mother-in-law. They're not homeless, but they don't have any money, and so she's basically just picking up leftovers in a field, and then in comes Boaz, the owner of the field, right? And he's a little bit older. You know, he's a hard worker. They don't really interact so much in the beginning. They kind of cross paths. He notices her, she notices him, and then later on, they're going to cross paths again, get married. And it's not a typical love story, but there's something very important that I would like for you guys to pay attention in this love story. Okay, these are two separate individuals, right? They're not like in like a dating situation in the beginning, okay? But they are both doing the right things that they're exhibiting qualities that and characteristics that God wants you to exhibit as a man and as a woman, okay? So she is generous, she's kind, she's the Proverbs 31 woman, right? She's working hard, and she's trying to help other people around her. She's taking care of her mother-in-law. She's exhibiting those wife-like characteristics, right? Boaz is exhibiting his husband-like characteristics. He is a hard worker as well. He has his finances situated. I don't know if he's the wealthiest person in town. I would gather that he's probably not, but he's pretty well-to-do. He is generous, right? He pays attention to Ruth. He offers, he's a very good boss to all of his workers. You can see that in the very beginning of the chapters, okay? They're both doing what they're supposed to be doing and learning the things that they're supposed to be learning so that when they come together, their marriage will function in a healthy manner, okay? And that is what I feel like God wants you to be doing. If you're not in a relationship right now, but you're hoping to be in a marriage, He wants you to be learning how to be a good husband, learning how to be a good wife, doing the things that you should be doing as a wife or a husband now before you even meet that person. Because when you meet that person, it might go a little bit more quickly than you're expecting it to go. Okay, and if you're unprepared, if you're not doing anything that you're supposed to be doing to better yourself as a husband or to better yourself as a wife, you're going to be caught off guard, and this wonderful blessing gift that God wants to give to you is going to blow up in your face because you have no idea how to handle it. And God does not want to put people together when they're not ready for marriage and stuff like that. So you might even delay your own process in marriage if you don't stop and listen and work on those things, okay? I'm sure that Ruth never thought that she was going to be trying to go and pick up leftovers in this man's field, and she was going to end up marrying the boss. That wasn't her main goal. Her main goal was she was just doing what God told her to do. Take care of your mother-in-law, work hard, and I will take care of you. That was the plan. That's what he was doing, right? So she wasn't out and about. She wasn't out on the town trying to date every man in town, figure out which wealthy man she could get and do all this. That wasn't what she was doing. She was working on herself, helping her mother-in-law, and exhibiting those Proverbs 31 like characteristics. Same thing with Boaz. I don't read about how he was going from, place to place and searching or doing anything like that. It just seems like he was working on his finances. He was preparing his house. He was doing the things that a husband should be doing to prepare for a wife. He didn't have one at the time, but those are the characteristics that I see that he's doing. It doesn't say he's out partying, going on all this different stuff and doing that stuff either. So, that being said, if you are desiring marriage, if you are wanting to be married, why don't you go through the Bible and read the characteristics from the types of people that you would desire to be like as a husband. So go through, if you want to be a good wife, go through Ruth, go through Esther, go through and learn those qualities that these women have that make them a Proverbs 31 woman. If you want to be, the best spouse that you can be, go through the Bible, read about the men that are in the Bible, read about their mistakes, read about what made those men great, which ones made mistakes, which ones, turned back because they made the mistakes, like David and Bathsheba. Read about those people and then learn those qualities and try to exhibit those characteristics, okay? So just think about it, all right? So anyways, like, share, subscribe, and comment as always, and I'll see you guys back here next time.